Keep that hope alive. Keep that hope alive. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this Clatt family coming in strong. We got Morgan, we got Taylor, we got Riley. All three in the same house, but different. Okay, good. My internet it's kind of sketchy right now. I hope is it sketchy for you guys? It's really slow and kind of sketchy for me. I don't like it. Does it look sketchy though on your computer? Oh, it's buffering. Okay, so yeah, if you could hop off, that would be great. I'm on the 4, I'm on the 5G. You guys are getting real life, me figuring out the internet. Oh, if you go to the 2G, it might not be on the same. It's a little glitchy. Oh, that was weird. It's a little glitchy, but hopefully we're back in the frame. You guys are seeing real life married people talk. We're figuring out the Wi-Fi. But make sure less glitchy. All right, cool. Glad you guys are here. Welcome. Okay, great question. I knew someone asked. I didn't get a haircut. I washed my hair today, and I got a brand new hair tie. And so I know you girls totally understand. Got a new hair tie, and it's pulled further back, which makes my hair smaller. So if I had my old hair tie up a bit closer, it would look bigger. And it just does that sometimes. It just, when it's hot, it dries my hair out and makes it smaller. But no haircut, just different. What's up, Noah? Noah Garza. Good to see you, bud. Glad you guys are here. Oh, babe, you got to keep this. I kept that in there. I always forget to turn those in. Okay. Sweet. Yes, wondering it. Yeah, new hairstyles. One day, you guys. One day, I'll cut it down. I actually like it this size, to be honest. It's big, but not like too big. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. How are you guys doing? I haven't seen you since Wednesday. How's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday been for y'all? I want to see in the chat. I want to chat with you in the chat. Yeah, we got some fun stuff happening tonight. But I want to talk to you guys. How you guys doing? How's the chat room? Let me adjust all this. Good. What's up, Noah Wilson? Harper's birthday. Hey, with a bunch of Y's. Noah's in the house. Love you, dude. Glad you're here. And yeah, Harper's birthday. I got to see Harper. Me and Katie went and saw Harper this weekend. Oh, little girl. Miss her. She's so great. Noah's week has been great so far. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yes, Morgan, I agree. That's weird. I look really tiny. Today's message was awesome with Dr. Greg Campbell and Pastor Chris, and the whole conversation was fantastic. If any of you students have not watched the message, you need to hop on YouTube later or tomorrow whenever you have time, because I know most of your schooling has finished, and watch the message. It's more of an interview, and it's fantastic. Noah Garza, Noah Squared. I like that. They're doing great. Thank you, Noahs. Taylor says yes. Haley, look, we're all there. Love that. Yeah, we celebrated Harper. She turned 7. Oh my goodness. I can't believe Harper Lou is 7. Honestly, it does actually seem like 7 years ago, because a lot has happened in the last 7 years. But yeah, she's getting older. Erica had a great week. Erica was eating dinner when we FaceTimed earlier, or not FaceTime, Zoomed earlier. Healthy, good stuff. So good. So good. I know, Alyssa, I know. It's weird that she's 7, because you have a little brother. So I would have said that you guys are all getting older, but the other one is like a couple years, if that. Salmon and salad. Woo! Katie, what do we have cooking in the kitchen?
Mushroom Parmesan spinach chicken pasta.
Mushroom. That's how I started off, by saying an incorrect word. Mushroom, chicken, Parmesan with spinach. Ooh, and pasta. That looks amazing. Sounds amazing. I can't see it. Sounds amazing. I should have ate dinner before this, guys. I confess. She asked if I wanted food before, and I said, I'm okay. I'm really hungry now. I should have eaten before. Does his face make me look hungry? That was weird. I'm weird. I'm so weird, guys. We're just waiting a couple more minutes. Let people jump on in. Tonight's message, you guys make sure you have your notes, like always, because you guys are great at taking notes. And I want to say thank you. A lot of you have chimed in on our group me. And let me pull it up. Where's it at? Yes, of course you can't find it. I know. I'm really bad at it. Hey, celebrating my niece's birthday. Man, I need to get on group me more. Please don't be mad at me. You guys have had amazing questions in conversation. Hashtag where's Blake always. You guys have had amazing questions and you guys have been honest. And the fact that you guys are talking to each other back and forth, that is what I love. I love hearing you guys talk back and forth. I think it's amazing. And I want to know in the comments, if you've been reading the group me, give me a thumbs up if you have felt safe and like the group me is a place you can talk without getting in trouble or being looked down upon, anything like that. I want to see thumbs up if you feel like the group me is a safe place, because I think it is, and it's awesome to hear you guys' back and forth. Especially Noah. Noah Guards has got some wisdom that we need to learn from. So, oh, wow, a lot of thumbs up. We have 6 thumbs up over here, too. So Erica feels super safe. Taylor feels double safe. Just kidding. Thumbs up. Yes, yes, yes. All the thumbs. Good. I want to make sure you guys do feel safe in that space. Even if you don't post, I want to make sure that you guys, or chat, I want to make sure that you guys feel safe into reading it and to being a part of it. And if you're listening and you're a part of our youth and not a part of it, not a part of the group me yet, please hit up Taylor and we'll get that going. So cool. We got some people jumping in. We are going to make sure you guys hit the like button, but we are going to be starting the message in just a minute. I just want to let you guys know that this week has been great. You guys have been awesome. Your families have been great and just showing support for the Black community. So I appreciate you guys being vocal and just, once again, I'm not speaking on behalf of every Black person because I don't know all of them. Is that better? I don't know. It's really bright. What's up, Gigi? But just on behalf of me, just y'all's awesome support, and I'm just pumped up for this church. This church is incredible. We love well, we talk about things that are real, and we move forward. And I love it. Cool. So with that said, you guys can get your journals ready. Ooh, I'm going to throw you a curveball. Curveball. I want you guys throw up in the comments. That's weird. Don't throw up in the comments. Throw in the comments. Cat in the box. If you are ready for tonight's message, meaning you have your journal, you have your pins, all that jazz. Throw the little emoji, little cat in the box. Because that one made me laugh. Our city, our soup. I didn't forget about the soup. I just have an awesome person in my life who is making me awesome food. So, but we still have soup. Yeah, got those cats in the box. Okay, no, I knew one person was going to put the throw up emoji. I knew it. And Noah, I'm glad you fulfilled my thoughts of the throw up emoji. Cool, we got more people chiming in. Perfect. If you just jumped in, we're about to start this message. That means you guys are ready. You guys are good. Here we go. I'm going to pray, and I'll give you the title of tonight's message. And hopefully we don't go really long tonight because the message that we're going to share is really on point. Excuse me. Alyssa, like soup already, girl. Also, I heard you got your prize in the mail finally. It was like super back ordered, but I'm glad that you got it. So yeah, you. But yeah, tonight's message is going to be awesome. So I want to make sure that you guys are paying attention, and it's going to be a lot of thinking on your part of creativity and of your circles that you live in. So I give you guys some encouragement and some motivation tonight, and you guys are going to be writing down things that you can do. All right. So let's pray and we'll get this party started. God, thank you so much Wait, I'm going to pause real quick before I start praying. I just looked at the group chat, and McKenna, if you are on here tonight, or if you guys can go on the group me right now, unless you're using your phone, go on the group me, and I want everyone to shout out to McKenna and just let her know that she's awesome. I don't even know if she's on this. If she is, she's about to get a bunch of texts in the group me. But I want everyone to go on the group me, if you have it, and say, McKenna, we love you and you're amazing. That's the student we're shouting out tonight because she is incredible, and I want her to get some love from us tonight. So if you guys can, shout her out. Taylor Klatt and Riley Klatt get AAA pluses because I see they're the first ones about to text in. But yeah, just say something encouraging and loving to McKenna. Say that whatever you want. You guys are incredible. So I'm going to close the group me. I just want her to get some love because she's incredible. So now let's pray, and then we'll jump to the message. Let's pray. God, thank you so much for tonight. As we talk about making every moment count, I pray that you would be with this message, that you'd be with every student, and give us the creativity and the boldness and the courage to come up with ideas of how we can impact our circles, our friends, our families, our communities. So we love you. Praise your name. Amen. Amen. All right, cool beans. Here we go. I don't know why I yelled cool beans at the end of that. But as you guys know, I'm going to cover up the chat so I don't get distracted, because I love y'all, but you know I get distracted. So, sweet. You think I'd have this prepared? I did not. So there's all this dead air. Okay, here we go. You guys are like, what's he doing? Okay, I opened up the group chat. I just want to see you guys say awesome stuff. Okay, cool. I should do it too. What am I? Oh my goodness, I'm terrible. How do you at McKenna? Oh, whoa, that's amazing. I'm just so you guys know, if you're watching this later, I'm writing something to encourage our students. All right, awesome. Boom. Okay, I think I did it. I hope I did it. Okay, cool. All right. Awesome. Maybe I sent it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I did? It's there? Okay, cool. All right, we're going to jump into this. I just want her to feel love because she's incredible. So we're going to jump into this. If you're taking notes, write this down. This is the scripture, Colossians 3, verses 12 through 17. Colossians, if you can abbreviate it, COL. Colossians 3, 12 through 17. We're going to read up to 14, and then we're going to jump into just some practical, some things we do as Christians. So Colossians 3:12 says this: therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you have a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. All right, so we're going to break this down. I'm going to read it actually one more time, and I'm going to point some things out. So, therefore, as God's chosen people, that's us, followers of Christ, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself, meaning every single morning when you wake up, we put clothes on, not just you, but we put clothes on in the morning, and we go about our day. The same way we get up and clothe ourselves with physical materials, we need to clothe ourselves, our spirits, our countenance, our perspectives, our hearts, our minds with these things, with compassion. When we wake up, our lens, just like I wear glasses, I have contacts. If I put my contacts in, it's the same as I wake up, my eye, my vision, my focus should be with compassion. When I see people, when I hear people, compassion. Kindness. Now, here's the deal. I'm not always kind. I'm short in temper sometimes, not angry, but just short in being snippy. I sometimes can, in moments, forget other people's feelings or emotions. I'm not a robot. I'm not always kind. There are moments that I need to really focus and sometimes apologize for not always being so kind. So kindness is something I have to wake up and put on and remember. Humility. If you think you're all that in a bag of chips, because maybe you have a talent or a skill that's better than other people's, or if you think you are better because you have more, or anything like that, humility is something you need to put on. Meaning, yes, that's cool that you're great at stuff, but be humble in what you do. Always. So clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness. Some of us are really rough with our words, very rough with our actions, gentleness towards people, and patience. Some of y'all, including me, don't have time for people. And patience is super important. If you have a sibling, Alyssa, I know you got a bunch of them, but any other ones, if you have a sibling, patience is probably something you try to practice every day. Because I remember having 3 siblings at home, and good golly, Miss Molly, it was, patience was lacking sometimes in my tank at my household growing up. But patience is something. Bear with one another, forgive one another if you have a grievance, and forgive as the Lord forgave. All of this is very relevant because this passage is a list of things that we as Christians have, and we have got to bring this to people on this planet. We're just talking about not even just planet that's big. We're talking about this nation, which seems big, but in retrospect isn't as big as we think it is. But we need to bring these things to people around us. The kindness. Now, kindness and kindness is something right now that people are fighting for. We want basic kindness across the board. We want Black lives to not just matter, but to be important, to have worth, to be valuable. All those things I teach you guys, and to belong. Whoa. All the things I teach y'all, there are people protesting because they want that to be for the Black community. And patience is something we're not seeing a bunch right now because for a long time, Black people have been patient and have been speaking up. But now that we've just been able to witness a lot more things like death happening in our community, we're speaking up. But we as Christians need to remember this. It's not just good enough for us to have compassion and kindness and humility and gentleness and patience and forgiveness. It's not just good enough that we have it. We must, capital WEMUST, we must put them into practice daily. That's awesome that you can wake up and say, man, I feel compassionate. I feel humble, which that one is kind of iffy if you say it out loud because you don't. I'm just kidding. But like you wake up and you feel these things and that's awesome. And we have it. Like I know we have it. But it's not just enough for us to have it. We have to put it into practice. God didn't give us these things to just have them in like tools. Like we don't just have the tools of reading and writing to just know how to read and write. We actually read and write all the time, or type. We do that all the time. It would be weird if you went to school and learned that the is an article you put in front of now. It's like the car drove fast. Like all that work, if you learned it and just left it, and then people are like, all right, hey, Kellen, can I talk to you? That'd be a waste of all these amazing tools you've learned. So why do we get these things that God has given us and put it in the toolbox and then put it in the shed? Like we have to use these tools every single day. It'd be weird if a plumber left his plunger at home. He'd be a terrible plumber. What was I saying? What was the analogy? He'd be a terrible plumber. Wow. Thank you, babe. I'm all over the place. It'd be weird if a NASCAR race driver left his NASCAR at home. He'd be a terrible competitor. So it's kind of weird that us Christians sometimes leave these things at home. And so we need to put these into practice and make every moment that we can in our circles count. And making it count is not just limited to us with like the Holy Spirit and Jesus and God on our side, but we have to reach people in this world and bring people along that can, you don't have to be a Christian to be compassionate. You don't have to be kind. You don't have to be a Christian to be kind. There are people in this world who have all of these things and put all of these things into practice. But we have to come together to reach those in the world. Now, the cool part is when Christians are awesome towards people who aren't Christian, but have the same viewpoints of compassion and kindness, and humility and gentleness and patience and forgiveness. When we come alongside, talk about sharing the gospel. If you work alongside people or speak to people who are like-minded in the fact that humans should have basic human rights and should matter, or if loving your neighbor or celebrating your neighbor because they have a birthday or they graduated, if Christians understood, like people in the world feel the same way we do about loving people, we should come alongside. And when we do that, we're able to show God's light in the things that we do. And so I think it's important that the church, that us, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's important for us as a church to come alongside one another to show the world that they matter, show people that they matter and that they're important. So I will say this, though. Jesus reached the people in the world. That's what he did. Jesus reached the people in this world. And Jesus had and has hours of hard work. Jesus had and has hours of hard work. When I say hours, that's an understatement, but I don't know how to say it any larger. That's still relative to us. Because if I say he has years and decades and centuries, like that for us, it's like, man, I don't think I'm going to live centuries. I hope I live a century. Century, I think, is 50 years. I'm just kidding. It's not a century. Totally kidding. I got her. She thought I was being serious. That was weird. But like, we have Jesus as an example. Jesus had and has hours of hard work. So write this down if you're taking notes. This is a great note that you guys can have. Loving is easy, comma. To love is work. Now, if you're an English major, I kind of just said the same thing twice. To love, term, you can just say loving. It's the same. It's one and the same. But if you break down it like this, loving people is really easy. Because here we go. I'm who's Noah? I'm going to use Noah Wilson. Noah Wilson, you will be the example. Noah Wilson. I love you, man. I think you're great. I think you're awesome. Loving is really easy. That was really easy to do. It's really easy. But to love someone is work. Noah Wilson, I know that you absolutely love Legos. You do. You collect them, and they're awesome. So Noah Wilson, this week at your house, expect a box of Legos from me. Because I want to show you that I love you. Not just because it's a box of Legos, it's because I know your interests. And you like Legos. And listen, man, I collect these bad boys. So I understand liking and collecting. Like I relate to you to that. But I'm sending you the Legos to let you know that money is important to me because it's important to be a good steward and stuff. But it's not more important than you. And so I want to send you a box of Legos so you know that I love and care about you, man. And that will take some work. Now I have to hop on YouTube. I have to hop on Amazon and buy some Legos that I think you would like. And if there's a particular brand or a type that you like, put it in the comments. And my amazing wife will see it. And we will get you that on behalf of us. Because Katie and I, we love you, Noah. And so to love someone is work. So loving is easy because you can say it to anyone. Oh, love you, man. Love you, man. Love you, man. But to love is work because we may not want to do it all the time. Just like your parents have to go to work, they don't always want to go to work. Even people who love exactly what they do don't always want to go to work. Just the same way, to love someone, we don't always want to do it because sometimes they bug us or annoy us or have different points of view as us. But we must. And do trust that you will not always receive a trophy or a gold ribbon for loving someone. There are people out there, and I'm not going to get too much on this because we're going to talk about it a bit more Wednesday, but there are people out there protesting, and there are some amazingly beautiful, peaceful protests happening. My brother was at one in LA, and he sent me some videos, and it was peaceful. And there's some words here and there, but it was peaceful, and no one got injured. Nothing got harmed or broken. And a lot of protests in the nation right now are even the world, are very, very peaceful. But unfortunately, there are people that are loving, like literally getting out there and they are doing work and loving people the way that they should. And they're not getting trophies for it. They're sometimes getting rubber bullets. They're sometimes getting yelled at. They're sometimes getting detained. And so, trust me, you won't always get a gold medal for working hard at loving someone. But our culture now needs that more than ever. People want to know that they matter. People want respect. People want other people to see them equally, which will result only when we love people and put the work in and put the hours in and work at it and show people and share and go do and be a part of. And so to make it count, this make it count statement, I've been saying for about a decade now, guys. I've been saying, wow, for a while. I think if Richard's listening, I don't know if he is or not, but I know Richard has heard me say this for at least a decade now, because make it count was something I still believe in. And it was something that I really, really, really pushed hard about 10 years ago. And making it count is not just a statement that you're going to hear me say, probably a lot more from this point forward, but it's a practical lifestyle that Jesus came to earth to teach us about. Every moment in the Bible that is noted, Jesus did something to make it count. He walked through the streets. He walked through the streets. I can't even think of the word I'm trying to think of in my head. The marketplaces. He walked places, and people wanted healings, and people wanted things like that. You know what? He made moments count. He prayed for people. He healed people. He invited people over he made every moment he could with people count. He's sitting at a mountain. Oh, this is a great transition because this is actually my next point. Look at this. I haven't even read these notes in a while, and it's just up here. I was about to give the analogy that I have written here. Oh, not analogy, but it's just it flows out when I start sharing it. So write this down if you're taking notes, or unless you already wrote it down. Every moment needs to count. And moment isn't seconds or minutes, because I know the practicality. I'm about to sit on this couch afterwards or the dinner table and probably eat dinner. I'm not really making a difference in the world by me eating a pasta. Now, I'm eating because my lovely wife made it for me, but I'm not eating it to change. It's not revolutionary change in the world. So not every second and minute needs to count. So don't put that pressure on you, but every moment. Meaning, if you're going to get up in the day and, play video games all day, you're wasting a lot of potential moments. So when you get up and go see a friend or call a friend, let them know that they are the greatest human on the planet, if they're the greatest human on the planet. Let them know that they are loved and valued and have worth when you're on a phone call. When you go to the store and the cashier says that's $5.95 and you give them $6 and they say, all right, and you say thank you. Don't just say thank you or just be silent like I've seen people at the grocery store. Turn to that person who has a name tag for a reason and say, hey, Sam, thank you so much. I appreciate you being out here through the craziness of this pandemic. Thank you so much. I know you're doing it because you need a paycheck, but I appreciate you risking yourselves every day, meeting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people so I can buy a can of tuna. Thank you. Make every moment that you can count. And so back to Jesus' hours. Here we go. On a mountain, Jesus takes friends and followers to nature to talk to them about God and the relationship he has with them on a mountainside. There's a paralytic man. While teaching in a house, he saw a man and his friends that wanted something. So he stops the teaching to heal a man, to then have a whole new teaching about healing. Didn't do it for the teaching. He healed the man because that's what's right. But in that moment, he let people see the power of God. A woman touches his robe. Literally. Remember this babe? It's walking, touches his robe in the streets, and she's healed. He made that mundane moment count. Calming a storm. Dude was napping, and a storm breaks out. People panic. Then Jesus calms the storm, their fears, and still teaches on faith. On a boat. Wine at a wedding. We talked about this one. Just having fun at a wedding ceremony, and he hears a request to keep the party going and turns water into good wine for friends and family. Okay, now this one's awesome. Jesus made a whip at a temple. Now this is one of my favorites. One of my favorite stories. Jesus sees injustice. Whoa! Looks like something's happening in the world. Sees injustice and disrespect while walking in a temple, and he acts righteously and drives people out of the Lord's temple who were gambling, selling, defacing a sacred place where people were looking to seek God and learn. But no, there was just nonsense happening. And Jesus kicks them out. And then a woman at the well, one of my favorite stories. Woman at the well. Jesus understood that people go to the well for water, and where there's people, there is opportunity. And this woman received hope and forgiveness. All these stories you guys can open up, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John. There's four of them, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and read about. So Jesus was at a well, in a house, at a wedding, on a boat, in the streets, at church, and on a mountain. Jesus was in 7 different locations. At a well. Okay, that doesn't really relate to us. We can just say, instead of a well, we'll say at the store. So a lot of people congregate there. Store, house, wedding or party, boat, vehicle, street, church, and out in nature. A park, mountain, beach, whatever applies to you. And he made those moments count. I want to tell you guys a story of a kid. Starbucks, yes, Gigi. Okay, I looked at the comments real quick. Starbucks, yes, that's the well for us. Our common day well is Starbucks. That's good, Gigi. I'm putting that in my notes actually right now as we speak because that's a really good analogy. Thank you, Gigi. Gigi has now officially, unofficially helped me write a message. Write that down. If anyone asks your resume, yeah, I write messages. All right. Here's a story of a kid several years ago. My apologies. I didn't write this story down. I remember it, but I didn't write it down, so I do not remember the kid's name. But there was a news report of a kid in high school. I believe he was a freshman in high school, and it was for Valentine's Day. He had noticed that, you know how sometimes in school, and I know this doesn't relate too much because you guys haven't been in school the last couple months, but you know how sometimes in school they'll do like Valentine's Day, order a rose for grams. Yes, Valentine's Day grams. So you order a rose or candy, and they pay $2. It goes to ASB, and then they send whomever flowers or whatever. He went to school and he noticed that there were a lot of people getting these rose grams or Valentine's Day grams, but there were a lot of girls who were not receiving it, and it broke his heart. So what he did that week is he went home, he asked his parents and if he can work to raise enough money to buy 900 roses so that on Valentine's Day itself, he and his friends stood outside that school and handed every single girl that walked by a rose and told them they were beautiful. That's how you change the world, because he didn't want any girl, no matter their age or size or hair color or shape. They didn't want any girl to miss out on being loved on Valentine's Day. And this young man did it. He bought 900 flowers. Some of them, I think he got donated because of the cause and someone heard. But he passed out roses at the beginning of school and at the end of school to every girl to let them know that they matter. You guys have opportunities every single day to make it matter. Now, I'm not telling you to get up and go protest. I'm not telling you to do that. That's only under the discretion of your parents if they want to take you along. All right. You hear me say that. You still have to abide by the rules of your house. So with that said, if you guys say, man, I can't go out and protest, I can't go out and do anything because my parents won't really let me because of my age, whatever. What's stopping you from asking your parents to buy a wood stake at Home Depot for probably $1.99, a couple of poster boards that'll probably cost you another 99 cents in writing whatever you feel like you can write, and putting that in your front lawn. Oh, I don't have a lawn, Kellen. I live in an apartment. Put it on your window. Tape it on the outside of your window so when people walk by your apartment, they know that they're loved and cared for. Those are just a couple ideas that I had. Y'all are way smarter than me, way more creative, way younger because my old brain is old, and you guys can think of so many ideas of how you can not just say you love people, but show people that they are loved. Okay. And to finish the scripture, because I only read up to verse 14. Some of you guys are like, Kellen, you said 12 through 17. Here's the rest of Colossians 3. It says this: let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body, you are called to peace, and be thankful. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom, through the Psalms, the hymns, and the songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in our hearts, and whatever you do, whether in word or deed, word or action, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. So our vision for our city youth is to do a few things. Obviously, to let people know that they're loved, valued, and that they belong, but also to help you guys discover, develop, and impact. So I want you guys to help you guys discover Jesus. The more we learn about what our culture is going through, the more that we need to learn about Jesus and how he applies to everything in our lives, and also to help you guys develop your faith. I want you guys to discover Jesus and experience life in Christ. So just develop our faith. Every week you guys are on here. There's 16 people viewing right now, and all 16, and maybe there's a couple people on the same account, but all 16 people viewing right now. This is how we help develop our faith. And lastly, how we impact our community, our nation, our world. But I'm going to bring it down to earth to you guys, how we can help impact our circles. Because there are some friends and family that I'll never know of yours that you know every single day. So how we can help impact our circles. And in layman's terms, we need to make it count, y'all. We need to make it count. So with that said, I'm wrapping up. I've wrapped up. And now I want to turn to you guys. Like I always ask, I want to know a couple of things that stood out to you. I want to know a couple things you guys put on your notes. Obviously, I know you guys are going to post your notes later in the group meeting, which I love that you guys do that. That's an awesome tradition that I love that we are starting. But here now, I'm going to take a breath. And so I'm going to find my coffee. There we go. I think my mouth, my palate. So I want to hear from you guys. So saw that someone, McKenna, great idea. Put something on the back of your car, maybe. Yes. Send someone text. Great job, babe. Send them an encouragement like Haley just did. Hey, love it. McKenna, great idea. McKenna. Oh, babe, great idea. We all have circles of influence, and it starts with family, which are sometimes the hardest people to make moments count with. Agreed. Dinner tables, family time. Sometimes there's tension in family and it's weird. And sometimes you don't want to be with mom and dad. Like you love them, but you don't really want to be there. And sometimes it can be hard, but that's the greatest circle of influence that you have. Gigi, I agree. Someone told me that in a different way. I obviously wrote it the way I wrote it, but yeah, loving is so easy. To love someone is work, because you like, I know, Gigi, you love your mom. And I'm not saying there's any tension between you and your mom. But I guarantee, as a teenage girl, sometimes you have to get yourself up and be like, you know what? I'm going to love my mom, even though I may be frustrated with what's happening in my household. And go up there and you help your mom clean, or you sit with your mom and watch a show, or maybe. I'm speaking, projecting this towards you. If it's not true, don't take it to heart, but I'm just assuming. Let's see. Riley said 2 things that stood out is kindness is worth fighting for, and be intentional with your words and actions. You know what's so awesome, Riley? I don't think I said those words in that way at all, but I said those things. And so I love that you pulled something out of what was said and you put your own words to it. I think that is so good, Riley. Great job. That is so good. Seeing Jesus say yes. Boom. Teenagers, there are some things we can blanket because it's true, and then some things are, people specific, but thumbs up. Erica wrote, loving is easy to love is work. The takeaway I got from this is yes, it's easy to do, but it requires work because, for example, when someone hurts us, it's hard to love them, and it takes work to do. God calls us to love people, and people are going to hurt you, and that's just the way it's going to be. But we are called to love regardless, and to go out there and to still show them that people are worth loving. Look at this. Look at this. Riley, you're writing a message. Gigi, you're helping write a message that's already existed. Look at this. We are going to take over the world. I love it. Noah Garza said, I like how you said, we need to make every moment count. Try to make more time in your day to love people. That's so good. Here's the deal. We all have 24 hours in our day. You can't make more time, but you can push aside. I wish I had a video game to show you. I have a Switch. Boom, a Switch and a bunch more pops I'm trying to sell. But you can put aside things that are just entertainment things that don't really add value in your life and character and stuff like that, and put in making time to love people. That's so, man, you guys are on a roll. Once you guys start talking, I can't keep up with your comments. That's so good. Yeah. Oh man, you guys are hopping in. Sorry. Yes. Whatever Katie said, I want to hear that, Alyssa. Unless you already, there it is. Let's see. Absolutely. Erica said, but that's why when we have Jesus, he gives us strength. That's why at the very end of the scripture, it talks about edifying, lifting up God and worshiping him, because he gives us all of this compassion and kindness and forgiveness, and all this stuff comes from God. So good. Juliet says, I got time to jump on Zoom. Oh, perfect. Do your thing, Juliet. You're awesome. Alyssa says, I have a hard time trusting people. In order to love, it involves trust. It is a package deal. It's so bizarre. Now, Alyssa, hear me. When you go to love people, you don't have to trust them in a degree of everything about you. You don't have to trust them with everything. But you do have a monicum of trust that when you love someone, that it is being received in a healthy way. That's what you have to trust. Because some people won't say thank you. Some people won't even acknowledge, but you have to trust that that person now has a seed planted in their being that you love them. Yes, yes, and you have to trust that God's doing his thing, which is sometimes some of the hardest, because you won't ever see or hear him say something specific to you all the time. So, hi, Juliet. You're awesome. Being intentional. Love it, babe. That's a great follow-up to Noah. Taylor said, the thing that stood out to me is we don't always want to love someone, but we must, and also make every moment count. Yes, you guys, just like you don't always want to wake up in the morning and go do stuff. We're not always going to always want to do everything always all the time. So when it comes to love, we have to make that very intentional, like Noah said, and make those moments count intentionally. We miss you, Juliet. Morgan said this. Pastor Chris in the thing this morning said, hurt people hurt. Even if someone has previously hurt us, I think that we need to make the time to work on loving that person. Yes, 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 yes. Now, if someone hurts you really bad, forgive them. Yes. Love them in an appropriate manner. Yes. Let them know that they're worth something. Yes. End of the day, you don't have to spend all waking moments with that person. You don't have to have deep, heartfelt conversations with people who have hurt you. But if it is a relationship that can be salvaged and you guys can still move forward, like best friends can hurt best friends, and you can still move forward on that best friend train. If it's like a boyfriend, girlfriend, they hurt, whatever, be kind back and let life be life. But yes, we have to love people even when hurt people hurt, because hurt people only do what they know. And if they know hurt, they're going to hurt others. That's so good. Through the Spirit. Love it. That's so true. How do you love someone without getting hurt? Trust. Boundaries. Trust and boundaries. Putting boundaries on people. So like, okay, here's the truth. You guys want to know the truth here? I'm married to Katie. Katie will get my 100 always. I will tell everything to Katie. Every emotion, everything will go to Katie. Katie is a woman. She's strong. She's awesome. Amazing woman of God. I will give her everything because of the relationship. So our boundaries with each other are no boundaries. We have to have no boundaries with each other. We have to share and grow together. Taylor is one of my closest friends. I might even say best friend. I love Taylor. I share stuff with Taylor. I hang out with Taylor, but Taylor doesn't get everything of me because of boundaries. I respect her, and we put boundaries on that relationship. Katie and I, all day, share about everything all day. Taylor, boundaries. And there's a difference between loving someone personally, like Taylor's saying, and loving someone and trusting someone in a relationship. So you need to hear that. Boyfriend, girlfriend is different than friend. There's personal, there's romantic, and you have to understand those two things. Taylor, thumbs up. Look at my thumbprint. Don't steal my identity. All right. So there's that. And you know what? We can always get back on that conversation because, girl, you're not going to talk about relationship and all day. Actually, next relationship series, I may not even teach it. I know someone who's awesome, who would be so fantastic, and she's snapping because she's like, yes, boo, I will talk that next time. So when we get back on relationships, you trust your boy's bringing in your girl to talk to y'all because she'll run circles around me when it comes to that stuff. Man, there's a lot of comments. I'm trying to keep up, but I don't want to bore those who are currently caught up. Yes, you know what? Just read the comments. Read it. They're all there. And if you're watching this back, turn on comments and read them about at this moment, because you guys are saying a lot of stuff that it's just going to be me saying a lot of stuff. But I think Taylor's correct. There are differences between loving someone and having a real personal trusting relationship with someone. Because the deal is, like, you guys, I'm going to go to the store. Katie was at the store today, and I guarantee she said something kind to the cashier. She smiled and she shook her head because I know Katie. And so in that moment, do you remember that person's name? Daisy. Look, you guys, I married a great one. Katie met Daisy today, who was her cashier. Katie said something kind to Daisy. At the end of the day, do Katie and Daisy have a relationship? Not really. But in that moment, was Katie loving toward Daisy? Yes. Was she kind? Did she make a moment? Did she make that moment count? Yes, she did. And that's in the world what we can do. You're not going to know everybody in this world, but loving people is very, very important. Oh, okay. So I asked Taylor to teach, and she's like, no, thank you. Katie comes in, and Taylor's like, actually, I think that's a great idea. Listen. I'm not agreeing to get, okay, yeah, you are. You agree. No, it'll be like an interview. We'll set you up like Pastor Chris and Dr. Campbell. We'll get you guys set up, and that'll be awesome. Yeah, girl, I ain't oh yeah, don't prepare no sermon. I don't half the time don't prepare sermons. Ooh, just kidding. Just kidding. But I would love that. I would love that. Honestly, we have enough. We have not enough. We have a ton, not enough. That was a totally bad sentence. Let me say. We have a ton of capable women in our ministry that can. Taylor, I'm trying to land the plane, and you're saying funny stuff. We have a ton of capable women that I would love to have teach, because this mug is awesome and I love it. But you guys don't need to see it all the time. Morgan's encouraging. Katie, that's awesome. You never know how Daisy may have been feeling prior to saying something nice to her, and that's one thing you said that could have made her entire day and wouldn't even know. I'm telling you guys, I feel like sometimes I preach and teach you guys things that you already know. I'm just picking at the things that you're already either doing or know. So teaching y'all is so easy. And because you're not talking back to me right now. So that's easy. I'm just kidding. No, I miss you guys talking back. You guys know I love dialoguing back and forth. But y'all are so incredible. Y'all are so smart. So I'm going to wrap up our time here. And you guys know this. Continue to write questions about what's going on in the world right now in the group me. If you haven't encouraged McKenna, hop on there, encourage McKenna. Why? Because I just love McKenna and want to make sure that she knows she's loved. Noah, did you type in what Legos you want? I hope you did. Noah Wilson, this is to you. If you're still here, type in what Legos you want before I end this. Or group me, put in the group me, because I want to let you know that I care for you, dude. So in the group me, tell me what kind of Lego, not the set, because I don't have like $1 billion, but just what type, and we'll find what we can send you. Anywho, yeah, you guys know that. See you Wednesday on Zoom at 7 o'clock. We're going to talk about the questions. We're going to answer those questions, y'all. So please be there. And hey, if you know, like we do our big services, if you know a friend that could watch this and be encouraged by it, send this to your friends. Share this with your friends and say, hey, let's watch it together, or whatever. You guys know. I do want you guys to think about how you can impact your circles. Lego Ninjago. Hey, I got you, dude. I'm going to get you. And hopefully you don't have the one I get you. I'll just give it to you and you can build it again and you have two. So there you go. That's how it's going to work out. So I love you guys so much. Y'all are awesome. Gigi, thank you for helping write this message. Was it Morgan, Taylor, or Riley? I forgot which one. All three of you, go write a message together because I can't remember which one it was. I love you guys so much. Take care. Until next time. Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait to see you guys soon. Peace.